Hey everyone, this is John with Modlite, out here joined tonight by my friend Jake. Tonight we're out here at the Proving Grounds Law Enforcement Training Center in Middlefield, Ohio, doing a little low light training, and we decided we wanted to run the X-Ray Alpha CQB warm-up with white light. All right, Jake, so take a quick second to introduce yourself to the audience.
All right, guys, so like John said, my name is Jake Hocevar. Full-time, I work for Herrington Arms. I'm head of sales over there. I also have been a cop now in Ohio for 5.5, 6 years. I also run a training company called Redline Consulting. We do a lot of low light based stuff, so a lot of night shoots for a bunch of different folks to come to, scope carbine matches that happen at night, and then we also run your typical training classes that are fundamental based, and then also some that are performance based.
Sweet, yeah, so we were out here doing a little bit of low light training with our rifles and pistols, and we've seen a lot of people running the X-Ray Alpha CQB warm-up drill on YouTube, and we thought it would be really fun to see if we can push our skills and pass the standard tonight with our white lights. So that's what we're gonna do. Sound good?
Yeah, let's do it. All right, guys, so what I'm running tonight is the gold standard for rifles, which is the Radian Mod 1. On the front of this, I have a Modlite OKW. And guys, for my handgun, I'm running a G45. This has been cut up by Defiant Machine Works. I'm also running a prototype compensator that we have at Herrington Arms. It's going to be quick detach. On the front of this, I have a PL350 and FDE running a OKW head.
So guys, tonight in terms of rifle, I'm running another Radian Model 1. This one is a 10.5, unlike Jake's 14.5. In terms of my light, I'm running a Noxon Havoc T1 head on a Hog 21700 body with the boost adapter, GasCap, Modbutton. Okay, and in terms of a pistol, I'm running the Walther PDP steel frame with a PMM comp and barrel with a PL350 with the OKW head. All right guys, so we're gonna get started here. Jake is gonna shoot first. The CQB warm-up from X-Ray Alpha has a total round count for rifle of 36, total round count on pistols 12, with 6 iterations that we gotta complete starting here at the 40-yard line. If you guys want a link to the drill and how to set it up and the scoring and everything, it'll be down in the description. All right, buddy, you ready? Let's do it. All right. All right, shooter ready, stand by. All right, so Jake's total time on that one was a 5.22. So that's in the standard, which is 6 seconds. Shooter ready, stand by. Nice, dude. 7.85. Nice, Jake. 7.85 on the second iteration, which is also in the time standard. Shooter ready? Okay, stand by. Ah! Nice, dude. 5.74. Nice, buddy. All right, so on stage 3, Jake's time was a 5.74, which is also again in the time standard. Shooter ready? Okay, stand by. Nice, dude. Time of a 4.75. 4.75. Shooter ready? Stand by. Nice, dude. 2.74. 2.74. Okay, shooter ready? Stand by. Nice, dude. That was in a 3.23, buddy. Okay, so all in the standard. Let's go check the target. All right, guys, so we got to do some math here. So an A zone hit is 5 points, C zone is 3 points, D zone is 1 point, and then a mic or any shot over the time standard is 0. So let us add these up real quick. All right, buddy, so what do we get?
All right, so I got a 201. I was 3 points from passing. What absolutely got me in the end, came around to bite me, was these deltas here. And what the crappy part is I actually threw these deltas on the first stage. Those were actually both of my prone shots. When I was looking through my optic at 40 proned, my red dot was in the bottom right corner, so I was not properly aligned behind my dot, but I knew I was right within the time limit, so I had to get these off. Same thing with these two. So that's what ended up biting me in the butt in the end.
So close.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
All right, shooters ready. Stand by.
Time 699.9 over. All right, shooters ready. Stand by. Time 8:46. Stage 2 was an 8.46, which is in the standard, but I 100% had one mic. I suck.
Gotta suck less, dude.
Because I suck. Yeah. Guys, so really quick note that I want to make. Jake and I are both obviously running Modlites. I have the Noxon T1 head, which is essentially an OKW head. So it's extraordinarily misty out right now. Like, we can see our breath because the temperature's dropped and everything is absolutely soaked. And this whole field, if we turn the light off, it is insane. Like, the amount of mist that's just floating at eye level right now. And at 40 yards, I have absolutely no problem punching through that and punching through the gas that's coming out of my suppressor. I know it's kind of a shameless plug. Like, obviously I'm gonna tell you guys that our lights are gonna perform well, but it's just something I wanted to point out because it truly is performing exactly how I need it to in these conditions.
Shooters ready. Stand by. Time 681.
Number 3 was a 681, which is in the standard.
All right, shooter ready. Stand by. $5.39.
Okay, nice. All right, so time was a 5:39, which is in the standard.
Stand by. All right, time 3:25, 1 over.
Yep, 1 over. So 1 round is a mic, which counts for 0 points.
Shooters ready. Stand by. Time 3:26.
Time was 3:26. All right, that is awesome. That one felt really good. All right, now we got to go check the targets. Charlie. All right, guys, so I got a lower score than Jake by 5 points. I got a 196 out of a possible 240, and I can completely chalk it up to the 2 stages where I went overtime. I had 3 rounds total that were overtime. Those immediately count for 0 points. So if I had gotten in the prone at 40 yards a little faster, that could have possibly been 10 points. And then on the second to last stage with the pistol, I absolutely did not shoot with enough urgency at all. If I could rewind, I would 100% go faster. So one of those rounds also counted for 0 because it was over the time standard. So if I tweak a couple things and get my urgency dialed in, then I can definitely confidently say that both Jake and I could definitely pass this standard. But it was absolutely a ton of fun. So fail. All right, guys, that was it. That is the X-Ray Alpha CQB warm-up with white light. Unfortunately, neither Jake or I secured the bag tonight, but we absolutely had a ton of fun. Any thoughts, Jake?
Yeah, so coming from like a military law enforcement background, qualifications are sometimes training, and they're also a very large part of that lifestyle, especially LE. And I will tell you right now, qualifications do not go like that. Normally it's like, as long as you get rounds on target in said time, you're gonna pass. That is not how this works. You can have rounds on target, but if they're not where they need to be, you're not gonna pass. And I feel like all the times and shot counts for each stage are very well blended. Like, it's not impossible, it's also not too easy. It's right at the point, it's a sweet spot where it's like everything has to be dialed in. If you have a fumble, if you have a mess up, there's either gonna be barely enough time to make it up or not enough time to make it up. So really well built.
Yeah, I would agree. Jake nor I have ever done this until tonight, which is eye-opening. I've seen a lot of people do it, and when you see it, you're like, oh, I could do that. And then we also added the element of it being completely almost pitch black out here, other than a little bit of light that we tried our best to keep off the targets coming off this, and then the moon, which is full tonight. But yeah, I think in terms of equipment, in terms of our lights, no issues. In terms of our guns, no issues. Nothing held me back at all. I was just held back by my own performance with a couple of things tonight specifically that made me not meet time standards and not get the points, because 2 of the rounds that I put in the alpha didn't count because they were overtime.
Right, yeah.
Which is 10 points that I could have got that would have actually made me pass, which is encouraging because I know I can do it. But yeah, so guys, thank you so much for watching. Jake and I had a ton of fun, and please understand that we are doing these videos to encourage you guys to get out there and train with white light, especially if you're LE like Jake. White light is something that I think everyone typically puts on a gun, usually puts on a pistol, sometimes not even on their EDC. They run a handheld, they don't run a light, whatever. But it's something that I really believe needs to be trained way more and way harder by almost all of us. So definitely use this video as fuel to get out there, find a place like the Proving Grounds here in Ohio that allows you to shoot and train at night. And yeah, thanks for watching. So we'll see you guys in the next one.